Hey y'all, welcome back to Floating Hands on the Internet. Per request, we're going to take a look at Joe Burrow. He's a football player. If you don't know who he is, I don't know why you clicked on this video. Or maybe you're just really interested in my readings, I'm not sure. But I think is he the Bengals quarterback? He's very baby-faced. That's all I know. I looked him up. He's a Sag. I looked up his alleged involvement with Olivia Ponton. She's a Gemini. And then his ex-girlfriend's also named Olivia. Couldn't find her sign. That's all I really got. The second Olivia, the relationship hasn't been confirmed or denied. So, yeah, we're just going to kind of look at him, the person who requested this one, to see what type of person he was, his breakup, and his alleged romance with the new Olivia. So, this is for alleged and entertainment purposes only. I'm currently doing free readings. So all you have to do is email me at floatinghandsoti@gmail.com and with your prompt, your picture, and your birthday. All right. For alleged and entertainment purposes only, what's Joe's vibe as a person? Picturing like a golden retriever in my mind's eye, but we'll see what the cards say. Four of Pentacles. Duh, he's an athlete. Nine of Swords. Page of Wands. That's interesting. Okay. So, Four of Pentacles, that's like somebody who's it's kind of a greedy, selfish card, especially regarding to money. It's about building money and resources, financially secure. You could take that a couple of ways, but that's really about holding on to the material aspect of life. That makes sense. He's an athlete. He has millions of dollars. That does not shock me, pulling that. The Nine of Swords in the reversal. He may struggle with mental health and anxiety. That's about like hopelessness and despair. So he may kind of struggle with his mental health a little bit. And then with that Page of Wands, I definitely like a prove yourself mentality. I think especially with that Four of Pentacles, that makes sense. I mean, he's young, and I'm sure these athletes, even though they make millions of dollars, have the weight of the world on their shoulders. And the Page of Wands in the reversal, the Page of Wands in the upright is about communication. In the reversal, it's kind of like being unreliable, impulsive. So this guy, it might just be your typical celebrity where you feel like you just get to do whatever you want. Like, I'm not sure if like he's a good leader in terms of his. I asked how he was as a person, so we won't go into how he plays as a player, but he may. That's a communication card. It's in the reversal. I mean, like a lot of men, they can't. It may be that he feels like he can't talk about his feelings, especially if he's struggling with his mental health. So he may kind of be more on the quiet side in his personal life. That's also somebody who's like acting childish, complaining about responsibilities. But I really feel like it's coming more so from the lack of communication. Him being more of a quiet person could come from him kind of having anxiety and and fears of not being good enough. Hermit, reverse. Oh wow, that's very interesting. 3 major arcanas off the jump. So the Hermit card is in the reversal. That's again about loneliness and isolation. For alleged entertainment purposes only, I think this guy struggles with his mental health. I just heard maybe he's born with it, so I think he's had this since he was a child. That's about like not wanting to step outside of your comfort zone, being challenged by fear. There's a little bit of like negativity to this card, and so I think he probably is very routined, because the Hermit card is the Virgo card, which reminds me of like somebody who's very analytical, type A, hardworking, and so I think he's very regimented to kind of and this is just what I'm picking up on. I wouldn't be surprised if he's very regimented in order to kind of beat that anxiety that he has. I just get a lot with that Page of Wands and that Hermit. It's like he really goes within, like he's stuck in his head a lot. And then you have the Star card in the reversal, which is kind of like not wanting to be seen, which is so fucking interesting because he's a football player and he's young, he's cute, like I'm sure he's popular among Gen Zers. Yeah, this is connected to the Strength card, which is about overcoming obstacles and endurance. And this, the Star card in the reversal is also about being disconnected. Because in the upright, the Star is about hope and healing. So I think it would not shock me if he's like a quiet person, or if the thoughts that he's saying out loud, I mean, that's all of us, right? But you know, some people are very much so, like very Gemini energy, where it's like, it's not that they're two-faced necessarily, but they have there's their inner and there's their outer, kind of like our sun and our moon, but more so with his personality. I think he just struggles a lot with his mental health, and he really goes within, and he's hard on himself. So yeah, that's what I kind of pick up on with his like personality. And that's like, I'm getting very much like that's his inner dialogue. So, let's see. Let's pull some cards on his ex-girlfriend, sorry, I don't know if they were engaged or not, but pull some cards on them, kind of the nature of their breakup. I believe I Googled her, and I think she spoke out on it, but I didn't click on any of the articles. I don't think she, like, bad-mouthed him or anything, based off what I could tell from the article, but title, so... let's just see, why did they break up? I'm hearing a song now that we don't talk. 8 of Pentacles, burnt out. 6 of Pentacles, generosity. You know what I'm being drawn to, like just channeling, is there's a theory, and actually I don't know if it's a theory, it might be proven, but there is something that says somewhere in science where your body regenerates a whole new set of like skin cells every 7 years or something like that, basically, where you are a completely different person every 7 years biologically or something like that. That's what I'm being drawn to. I'm also being drawn to like the 7-inning stretch, where it's just like you've been there for so long and you just kind of want to get out of it. That's what I'm picking up on in channeling wise. But as far as the tarot goes, with the 8 of Pentacles, the 8 of Pentacles is the hard-working card. In the reversal, that's about being burnt out and undervalued, especially with that 6 of Pentacles. That's about generosity and sharing resources. I think money had a little bit to do with it, or maybe money was the reason they kind of stuck together for so long. I don't know how old these people are. I feel like Joe Burrow looks so baby-faced, but I feel like he's Gen Z. But yeah, that's like the relationship between giving and receiving. And so there could have been, I'm getting it more so from Olivia, the first Olivia. Both the girls' names are Olivia, but we're in the 7-year relationship, Olivia. I'm getting it more so from her, where I feel like what she was giving was not as tangible as money. And I think and this is just what I'm picking up on, that he felt like money was his contribution, and she's like, yeah, well, I want more than that. Yeah, I'm hearing, give me more. So I feel like he felt like the money contribution was enough for him, and she was like, no, like, I bring things to the table as well, even if it's not financial. She might have her own money too, but to me, it's like, there's a problem with giving and receiving, and she felt undervalued. And then the 2 of Cups in reversal, that's a bit of disharmony and breakup, you know, kind of speaks for itself. So, yeah, that's kind of the nature of their breakup, but let's pull some more cards. The High Priestess, blocked intuition. This was, I heard fated to suffer in my mind. The 9 of Pentacles, focusing on self. Yeah, and a choice. So the High Priestess, that's about your intuition. It's also 2 on the number. It's in the reversal, just like with the 2 of Cups. That's about refusing to look within. Again, there may have been, and they dated for 7 years, but he may have not wanted to open up to her about what I'm picking up as mental health issues. So that could have been a thing where, yeah, you're kind of like you're relying too heavily on someone else. So, yeah, I feel like, yeah, because this card, shit, see, as this was not moving earlier. This is about duality and balance and moons and emotion and feminine energy. It's in the reversal. She wasn't happy. I think she felt like because that card is about success and enjoyment, that in terms of love and romance, like, that's about loving yourself, because I'm hearing Justin Bieber's song, if you don't like the way I look that much, baby, you should go and love yourself. That's a very self-focused card. So I think he was focused on himself. It's also pentacles and money. Like, he was bearing, you see this fruit right here? Yeah, I'm hearing lots of Taylor Swift. All of me changed like midnight. He wanted a bride. I was making my own name, but switched the roles. They just weren't compatible. They ran its course. And then that the Two of Wands, that's about a choice and plans. I think they hit a fork in the road, and that's sad. I think she kind of begged him to love her, and he wouldn't do it. That's really sad. So yeah, I think that this, I think it just ran its course, and I think that she felt undervalued. She felt like she gave, with not what she wanted in return. That's about a breakup, emotions, duality. All you care about is kind of yourself and filling up your own tree with fruit, and a decision had to be made. So I think it was her who did the breaking up, but I could be wrong. That's just kind of what I'm picking up on. So yeah. So let's pull some cards on the second Olivia. I think this one is Olivia Ponton. I think I'm pronouncing that right. She's more of a social media influencer. The first Olivia was, I think, a data land. They met in college. So, all right. Let's see. So they have not confirmed or denied, but let's see if they're dating or involved, I should say. What's the nature of their relationship? And kind of what the nature of the relationship was like, and where it's going to go from here, for alleged entertainment purposes only. Do one more shuffle for good measure. All right. So I guess I'm going to say, what is the nature of their relationship? Judgment. Definitely hidden. Ooh, that's interesting. Okay. So the Judgment card is in the reversal. That's connected to the Justice scales, the High Priestess, things being even and balanced. It's in the reversal. I just heard side chick in my mind's eye. That's about repeating patterns. You're clinging to the past. You're judging too harshly. Because in the upright, the Judgment card's about awakening and acceptance. And it's also about Pluto and transformation and death. It's in the reversal, so you're kind of just repeating old patterns. Yeah, I keep hearing that song, Ain't No Call But a Booty Call. Two of Wands is like impatience, acting out of excitement. Was she the rebound chick? I don't know what the timeline was from him and Olivia, the first Olivia, breaking up to now, but that's about something happening really fast. And then the Queen of Pentacles is in the reversal position, which in the upright, the Queen of Pentacles is a very nurturing, loving, like dependable energy. In the reversal, that's about being like focusing on the, again, unreliable, but also materialism. I feel like Joe is unreliable. And I think it's due to his trauma or whatever, his anxiety, his mental health. The Three of Pentacles. Yeah, he's focused on work, expansion and collaboration. Trapped and restricted. Ten of Cups. Yeah, the Three of Pentacles is the work card. Oh my gosh, do you guys hear my dog snore? Baby, you okay? Hey. I'm sorry. Anyway. So the Eight of Swords, that's about feeling trapped and restricted. I think it's in his head, though. I do. But I also think, even though they're not like an item, I don't think he wants her talking to other guys. Because that's about feeling trapped by like circumstances. I think he's so much in his head. I think she makes him happy. To an extent, because that's about happiness and fulfillment. But I mean, I don't know. I just get very much like, he may care about her to a certain extent with that 10 of Cups, but I think he's so much in his head and so focused on his money and kind of just busy avoiding his own trauma. I know that sounds, for alleged entertainment purposes only, I just don't think that this man, I definitely don't think there's love. Again, I don't know how long their relationship timeline has been, but it's so funny. May I just say it's so funny that they have the same name. It's giving like replacing a character midway through the series and expecting us to fall for it is what it's giving, if I'm being honest. The Fool. 8 of Cups. Walk away. 9 of Wands. Yeah. The Fool card is about, like, freedom. I think he likes to do what he wants to do when he wants to do it. Notice how young that guy looks. He kind of looks like Joe Burrow. The 8 of Cups is about, like, walking away, moving on. And then the 9 of Wands is in the reversal. So that's about hesitation, self-doubt. Yeah, I don't know. I think this guy has issues, and I think that the second Olivia is probably acting like it doesn't bother her, but I think it does bother her that she's being kind of kept in the dark. So these are just my opinions based off the tarot for legendary and tarot purposes only. If you guys want any more, I like doing like celebrity readings that aren't really celebrities, you know, like football players and stuff. I find that to be very interesting. So if you guys have any ideas, put them down below, and I will catch y'all at the next reading.